What's up, Dragon Brood? So a couple of you have asked about the Boros Knights deck in Standard 2021 to see what it's going to look like post-rotation, or just wanting a rotation-proof version. Now, let me start by saying my first concern is that it's not as good as the Mardu Knights, and partly because you don't get stuff that is hard to block like you do with the Menace creature in the Mardu deck. You also don't get the option of playing things like Demonic Embrace. You also don't get the spot removal if you want it. And I think that changes the decks pretty significantly. But I do think this has an edge that you could go faster in the right scenarios, but I think you're also susceptible to more cards by not having that level of evasion and removal that really can play a part in how these games play out. So we're going to go ahead and go with it anyway and just see what happens. So we are going to play the Boros deck today and just see how it goes. I have like medium expectations. I think we can win some games, but I don't know. Let's see if it surprises me. But before we do that, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell and help me out. And yeah, then we'll just go hop over and take a look at this Boros Knights deck. Okay, so one of the things you're going to see about this list is I was trying to figure out, like, if we don't have as much that we can do in the way of defensive cards, like what could we play that helps push the offense? So that's kind of where some of the choices were made in a lot of the cards here. So we're starting with quality 1-drops and Venerable Knight, Fervent Champ. I mean, Venerable Knight, you're going to have almost all your creatures be knights, so you can put stuff on them, which is awesome. And then Fervent Champ is just a good quality 1-mana creature. We're going to play Worthy Knight just so we can try to spread the wealth as it is and get more creatures. Ember Shieldbreaker. Now this one is one I'm not that excited about, but it feels necessary, right? When there's a whole bunch of people playing different types of adventure decks, you want to be able to kill clovers. Occasionally you'll get lucky and be able to kill an Embercleave. Not too much else. I mean, there's some times against the green decks and stuff, you might get to kill like a Stonecoil Serpent, and that could be pretty good. But generally speaking, this is probably going to be a 2-1 creature if it's not getting to destroy some type of lucky clover. Only playing 3 Rimrock Knights, and this just because I was squeezing for space to find, and something had to go, and this is kind of the lesser of the cards. Though I do prefer to have that over, I mean, like, I like having it, but there's just some things we just had to choose otherwise, like Scorching Dragonfire. I mean, this is one of the few ways we have where we maybe can get lucky and deal with an Uro. It's a way to deal with a couple of flyers that we may not be able to block in some cases. You can also take down some 4/4s or 5/5s, if you have a Fervent Champ, so that's something else that it's good for. Inspiring Veteran, also a quality card, pumps all your knights. Acclaimed Contender. Now this is the spot with these two cards where we could potentially have played like another Rimrock Knight. This does though give us the option of finding an Embercleave or just getting the knight that we need at any given spot. So if we need a couple more damage, maybe we get lucky and find a Rimrock Knight. If we need to pump the team, maybe we can find an Inspiring Veteran. Just gives you that flexibility. And if you just need an Embercleave, you find that to finish. If it doesn't work, maybe going back to just Rimrock Knight and something is probably better. Banishing Lights, just kind of an all-around answer. Bozier's Lieutenant, just quality, 4/5, vigilance, protection from multicolor. Has a million words on it. And then, of course, Embercleave. I will say this, though. I did consider... Where is the card at? Where is the card at? It's one of the 3-mana flyer. The Ardenvale, yeah, this. The Ardenvale Tactician. I considered this briefly in place of the Acclaimed Contender, because I was just thinking, like, it is a 2/3 flyer, which is good. We can often get it to a 4 toughness, which is awesome because it'll push past a Brazen Borrower. But sometimes your opponents just have 2 or 3 big things on the ground, and maybe this is the one spot that this card is actually decent in. I don't know. I'm actually willing. You know what? Let's do that, honestly. Since we're experimenting with the format, let's just try that and see what happens. They both cost 3 mana if we just want to play it as a creature. doesn't really help us recover or find anything extra, but it can just help us punch through damage. So let's go with that. We'll go take this pile into the arena and we'll just see what happens. Yeah, now see, these are the type of hands that are kind of dangerous, right? Because we have Ember Cleaves, but we're not really going to be able to cast them. This you really can't play till turn 2. So yeah, I think we're going to have to let that go. This is a little better. This we can't really guarantee we're going to be able to play. So let's hope Inspiring Veteran lives. I mean, this could also go crazy south real quick if it's just turn 2 Clover here and there's really not much we can do. It is. Yep. So now we kind of, I mean, just play this. I mean, if they bounce it, fine. If they shoot it, fine. We're going to end up just having to waste a turn to play Banishing Light on a Clover anyway. And see, this is a big difference when you're playing best of ones. I mean, I think that's something we need to talk about too, is that as formats develop, like if we were able to play best of 3, that would change a lot on how these games work, right? Because we might want different options. The thing is, you don't have a sideboard to make up those situations, right? And that's what makes it tough. Because the difference of being on the play on the draw in this particular matchup is huge, right? If we were on the play here, we could have played a creature on 2, then they play Clover on 2, then we play this, then we're moving forward, and now, you know, they don't even have a creature to block with, and like the whole board situation just looks drastically different at that point. Here we're now just kind of hoping they probably tap mana so we can get these in play and have them as 3/3, because 3 toughness is much better for us. Unfortunately, that does mean they're going to leave up their giants, and that's not nearly as good for us. So unfortunately, I think this is what we do. Just play Rimrock Knight. Play that. And then I'll assume Inspiring Veteran's dead here. Or at the very least getting bounced. Okay, so they're gonna Brazen Bar. Okay, that makes sense. So now they can just shoot down both of our things. That's fair. Yep, not a surprise. Alright, well, we're just gonna do what we can do here. Just gonna play this and get rid of the Clover again. Oh, stupid auto tapper. Should have been paying attention. That's my fault. Could have had an Inspiring Veteran on the table. You know, thinking about it, I should probably be playing Joust in here. Pretty random card, but it could be really good. Though I think you have to play it as a sorcery, so that sucks. If we're going to play Joust, you might as well just play the thing that gives you +1/+1 and protection. Alright, let's get lucky and just draw an Ember Cleave here. Make life not so bad. Let's go, Ember Cleave, let's go. That's where we want to be right now. I mean, admittedly, they can just bounce stuff. So actually, we're really kind of in bad shape. There's really no good answer for us here. Yeah, we're not getting out of that one. Alright, well, keeper. And this is a case, again, where being on the play is pretty strong for us. Because, again, if they have a turn 2 Clover, then we can just play the Ember Shieldbreaker, and that's awesome. Or even in the event if we didn't, right? Let's say we didn't have that. And then we play a Clover. It's like, okay, cool. At least we can play a Worthy Knight, make a token, have some other things out, and really kind of, or if we had an opportunity to draw something else. But yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. We'll play this. Start piling up the knights. Pretty much force the opponent to shoot one of the worthy knights if they're going to do something. And then hopefully we draw a white land and we can play both of these. Would be great. Though, if not, we could still just attempt to Embercleave straight up. Seems kind of reasonable here. Alright, are they just on blue-green? They are just on blue-green. So... I'm just debating if I want to do this now or do this and get rid of... I think we want to get rid of Edgewall Innkeeper. So I think this basically starts to set up a win for next turn. Because now if they tap low enough, this is a win or this could be a win. Alright, Uro. We could have removed an Uro. That would have been nice. But I assumed they were going to do something else this turn. I was wrong, as it turns out. Okay, that's a nice thing to have. I'm assuming they have a Brazen Bar. Can't imagine anything else is worthwhile here. Bounce the Inspiring Veteran, or they die. I mean, that is 14. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you don't have a choice. You kind of got to do it. I mean, even now, you know what's in our hand, so sure. Yeah, that's game over. Oh, we're just getting all the wrong lands. And what's funny is, you know, I was thinking when building this that it's possible that we needed to play castle, or not castles, but temples in here, but I thought the temples could be a little weird, but maybe it's necessary. So we'll have to review that. Unfortunately, can't really do without these other cards. I mean, we can, and really I probably should, but I think what I'm saying is I don't want to. So we're going to go for it. I mean, also, y'all, in these last couple of videos that we're probably going to do for the rest of this season, I'm probably going to move to just playing in the casual queue, because, unfortunately, when I'm making videos, I end up having to play, like, 20 matches or whatever to find at least 3 or 4 different decks, because everything is some version of... Not everything, but a lot is either... You're seeing a lot of mono red, you're seeing a lot of the... different types of clover lists, right? And there's so much of it that the matches all kind of start to look the same, and I don't know how much there is to learn when you're playing against seeing a lot of the same stuff. Alright. Not sure what the opponent does here, but maybe an Embercleave's good enough. And we have 8. Yeah, Embercleave would be good. It's 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Another Inspiring Veteran would get it done. Venerable Knight does not get it done. But I'm not sure what else the opponent could play here that would matter. I mean, yeah, we just go for it. Okay. Double Embercleave is rough. We never like having that, but I'm going to keep this anyway. Just because we do have a turn 1 play, we have a turn 2 play. We'll see what happens. Opponent playing a goose on one. I don't know what that means for us. Interestingly, could be a situation where destroying a food could matter. I don't think it's likely, but, you know, it's a thing that could happen. Alright, we'll get in there. Oh, okay. I thought I could entice them to block if I didn't have a creature out, but they changed their mind. Okay. So see, now here's where it gets interesting, because it gets tempting to blow up the food. Because I don't think we're going to have many opportunities against this deck to blow up anything else, unless they happen to be playing Clover. Maybe we get it. Or if they're playing a Stonecoil Serpent. Those are probably going to be the only two things we can get. So I'm kind of okay just blowing up the food, and then maybe if they don't have a land, we don't have to deal with like a questing beast this turn. And then truthfully, we would really like to draw an additional red land, an untapped red land, so that we could Rimrock Knight and Embercleave on something to try to push past the Lovestruck Beast, if it comes to that. Oh, a hinge. There. Alright, now we're going to be on limited time. I guess I wish I would have saved that to get rid of the hinge. That's going to hurt us way more. Primal might eat something? It does not. However, that card matters. That has words that might do something. Okay, opponent is at 18 though, so that's a lot to work through. Let's play this just as a... Well, it doesn't really pay to be too greedy here. Making more tokens is probably just better. Hopefully they only end up with 2 big creatures. But yeah, I should have just got too greedy. Got too greedy. That's really what's... If we lose, it's going to be because of that play. Alright, they want to kill our Worthy Knight. With the ram through, makes sense. Yep. Not our favorite thing to have happen, but seems okay. Scavenging Ooze. Annoying. They're gaining a lot of life, so it's going to put us really out of range here to do anything we wanted to do, I think. I mean, the only thing here we could get away with, potentially... Oh, okay. What is this? Alright, no blocks. I was just thinking, like, let's say we don't Embercleave, and we were to draw one of the knights that pumps everything, right? One of the Night Lords. If we draw that, then we could do potentially enough this turn that an Embercleave could finish things. The following turn. Maybe. But that might be our only real bet here. Alright. We got enough mana to do 2 things this turn, which is great. Why would you do that, Auto Tapper? Look how the Auto Tapper wants to tap. We would not be able to Embercleave if we did that. Silly machine. Alright, we're just gonna go for it, I guess. Okay, now here comes a real question. If we want to let the Shieldbreaker die, Because killing the goose is kind of important here if we wanted to try to get through with the Ardenvale Tactician. Well, not really, because they have a Stone Coil Serpent anyway. So that's kind of irrelevant. Okay, never mind. Unless we draw another Tactician, then it becomes great. But till then, let's get in the damage that we can. The good news here, too, is we didn't kill another creature, so just a token goes away and doesn't go to the graveyard for their Scavenging Ooze. Now, weirdly, we could die here. I was gonna say, yep, there's enough damage, potentially, that we could just be dead. But another Tactician means we could still win as well. We could tap things down and then still cast the other Embercleave, so I don't know. This is a very tenuous situation here. Oh, there it is. Alright. So, what's the best we can do here? I really wasn't planning on drawing this. This was very fortuitous. Alright, opponents at 14. If we block the Gem Razor, tap the Gem Razor. Tap Yorvo. Opponent then has 3 blockers. Assuming they block 1, 2, 3, the biggest damage. So 2, 3, 4. Yorvo probably blocks, or Scavenging Ooze probably blocks the Rimrock Knight. So then we could first strike that. Then 4 gets through. 5, 6. Man, that is not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. So I mean, it's probably the wrong play, but I'm not sure what else we're going to do, really. I mean, we're going to give up a creature here, but then I mean, we're just dead, really. I mean, if we're being honest. Our misplay killed us earlier. Yeah, we got nothing. Alright, I mean, I guess we keep this? I don't know what to do with this type of hand. I'm really looking for some supports. Let's see what happens. Alright, nothing happens. Well, that was a bit of a surprise, to say the least. We'll just do this, I guess, assuming one of these gets bounced or shot. Okay, Brazen Borrow that. That seems fine to get that back. Not overly concerned. Alright, Bonecrusher Giant that. Sure. Kind of an interesting sequence of things there. I'm not really sure what the opponent was aiming for. I mean, they can play Bonecrusher Giant here. Alright, well, they won't be playing a giant. I mean, I guess if they have another, they could stomp here, which we wouldn't love. But I would like to draw our champion. Would be great. That is not what we were looking for, deck. Not at all. So now I'm wondering if it's better just to play these straight up, knowing that we're going to have to deal with some of these next turn. I feel like, though, if they didn't have... I mean, now, even if they have a Clover, though, they already spent most of their stuff, so I'm just going to do this. I mean, we have an Embercleave. If we can get another red land, we could punch through whatever they're going to block with. If we get a land, we can just do this and then Embercleave. That's a thing. We have the possibility to also just get another red land and Castle Embereth all this out. So lots of things in play here, depending on what the opponent decides to do and what lands we draw. Because unfortunately, I don't think just Embercleaving is enough next turn. Well, that's not totally true. I mean, if we attack with everything that's not the Worthy Knight, I guess it's okay. But the opponent's thinking real hard here. They are limited on non-green mana as well. That's probably one of their holdups. Alright, they're going to escape to the wilds here. Well, now if we get a red land, can we just win? Oh, that was not the land. Because I was just thinking if we attacked with everything and we were able to Rimrock Knight onto a Rimrock Knight, we could have made that a bunch all by itself. We can Worthy Knight regardless. So let's go ahead and do that. Again, auto tapper. What are we doing? Alright. And then I think we just attack. So we can make that 8. My side 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I mean, I guess we do it. I mean, if the opponent plays a bunch of adventure stuff, they're not dealing with threats, so let's see what happens. Alright, Innkeeper. I mean, you've got to get a blocker and a card that results in a kill card. But even then, we have more than 3 attackers at this point. So, I mean, you've got to kill Rimrock Knight at the very least, or bounce it, and get rid of... Yeah, as I say, they just don't have the mana. This is another one of those ones where, like, if we get a Plains or something, it's great. If we don't, it's so bad. But I'm going to keep it. Maybe we're up against a creature deck and these Scorching Dragonfires could matter. But boy, do we want a Plains for this second turn here. Come on, deck. Come through. You did not come through. That's like the opposite. Okay, maybe we'll get lucky and they'll try to put like an All That Glitters on a Ginger Brute. And then we can just kill it. Well, that's not at all going to be an All That Glitters. What are they doing here? I mean, yeah, your Ginger Brute gets through. Oh, they're not going to do anything else? Okay, fine. We'll kill a Ginger Brute. Now you can shoot our Fervent Champ. Alright, let's attack with the Fervent Champ. I feel like we're playing against Mono Red that just happens to be playing Ginger Brute. Yep, not a surprise. Okay. It's unfortunate. If we'd have had a red land, I think we could have been trying to do some things here, but we don't. Alright, take our 1. Oh, finally. We found some things. Might be too late, as silly as it is. We needed to press our advantage much sooner. There's a Bolthound. That's a thing. I do like that card. It's good enough, I almost considered it in here, to be honest. I expect to be playing that in some Gruul decks as we move forward. Alright, I'm going to play this. There's a whole pile of 1/1s that can hopefully do some work. Because we're going to need them. Nope, This Inspiring Inventor's not going to live very long, is it? Nope, not at all. That's okay. It did its job. Give us one of our 1-mana knights. That's what we would like here. Just a 1-mana one. Not asking for much. Though another Inspiring Inventor would be great. But that feels a little greedy to expect that. Okay. Don't know what we really want to do here. I mean, we can attack with everything. Use the Castle Embereth, but then we kind of give up what advantage we do have. So, I think the plan is just do this, and I don't love it, but eh. And then we could attack with all the tokens, but then we just, yeah, there's nothing good there. It's just not a good exchange. I'm trying to convince myself to do it, and it's not good. Now, there's a situation moving forward where we can attack with just tokens and then activate Castle Embereth, and that's more appealing. Okay, and Robber. Fair. Yeah, here we're just looking to block with tokens. There's nothing else really going on here that's gonna matter. So yeah, we'll block here and we'll block here. Take away the ones doing all the pain. Alright, well, that doesn't help our cause at all. Ugh. Just needed any creature. Any creature would have been good. Now we're risking death. Yep. Yep. That is highly unfortunate. Yep. All too true. And man, we needed that card right there. If we'd have had that, we could have turned this game around. Now I think we're just dead. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can go to 3, but that feels very risky. Might be what we have to do, though. I mean, they're going to get our creature, too, post-combat. I mean, that's... I don't see how we can do this. And they have a Castle Embereth? Yeah, we actually can't win here. Because the best we could do is make 2 blockers and they can pump. Yeah, we're just dead. Ugh. We'll keep this. This is not great. I would like a nicer hand, but, you know, beggar can't be choosers. Playing against Lurrus, there's a chance there's going to be a lot of removal cards. There's a few different versions of this that have a lot of things that are bad for us. And we need to not draw lands, because we need to be picking up threats here. Yep, Mire's Grasp, not a surprise. Yep, this is not how we can win. I'm going to be a dead weight. Eidolon. Interesting, interesting. I'll play that. Play this. I mean, I guess the good thing about Banishing Light on random cards means they, or things they can't immediately get back with Lurrus later. Alright, another Mire's Grasp. Sounds good. Oh, and a dead weight. Okay, well, pretty sure we weren't going to beat this deck anyway, once I knew what it was. I mean, because even now, they can just put Lurrus back in their hand. Alright, Ephemia. Sure. Yeah, sadly, we're not even incentivized to remove Ephemia as we are to just remove all that glitters, or else they can just get it back with Luris. I mean... But if we don't get rid of Ephemia, we can't attack. So, I mean, we guess we kind of have to do this and just hate ourselves later. I mean, it does reduce the number of enchantments they have in play. Alright, I guess we're going to be on Embercleave or no? I mean, it's kind of what we're going to be looking at. That's... I'm sure it does something. Alright, if we tap both of these, attack for 6, opponent's at 9, we replay this. I mean, we give ourselves maybe a couple more outs. Man, it's not pretty. This is kind of the only way we can attack. Ugh! The auto... Ugh! Alright. I got it. With this deck, you have to pay attention with the auto tapper. Because it really just needed to tap those so we could be like, now because it tapped the way it did, we can't cast this. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we can't win now. Ugh. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Well, we can just look at the next turn and see if we would have had a shot. We'll just say, if the Ardent Veil Tactician is in play, what could we do? Alright, they played in all its glitters, and then they would have gained life. So... they would have gained at least 3 here. They go to 14. Okay, wouldn't have mattered anyway. In the end. So, no big deal. We gotta mulligan this. We can't just play with one creature, unfortunately. That's just not... that's not an option. Alright, this is better. Alright. We're okay for maybe one more turn, but we would like another land. Okay, Caryatid. Fair. I think we're just going to attack. There's a good chance they're not blocking, waiting to cast, like, Questing Beast or something here. Which, if so, that's pretty good for us. Nope, it's a Cultivate. Well, that... didn't see that coming. Cultivate and mono green? That is weird. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do this then. Yeah, I don't think there's anything they do here. Gargaroth. Gargaroth. Yeah, that doesn't save them either, because they could go to 5. Well, I mean, we have this. Technically, if we didn't have this, it could have. Well, no. Yeah, it still wouldn't have mattered. Alright, we're keeping it. Kind of a shame. I don't think we've cast a Basri's Lieutenant yet. Oh, that's not true. We did. I think. Maybe. I have to go back and look. I feel like maybe if we did, we only cast one. Oh, why did I not do the Worthy Knight first? Gosh dang it. Oh well. I was just outsmarting myself, right? If the opponent's going to kill something, who's going to be the Inspiring Veteran first? I knew that all along. Oh, they don't want to tap. They want to use their Tavern Sphere. It must be something to do with veto, right? Yep. Well, I don't really want to leave veto just sitting out there, because that seems bad for business. So let's get rid of veto. Tavern Swindler Veto is such a gamble. Literally. Extinction events. Okay. Well, that'll do it too. Alright, we're keeping this one. I'm not sure what we're up against, but Whisper Squad is not the most intimidating thing. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. See what we can do with these Scorching Dragon Fires first. Kite Sail Freebooter. Alright, let's get this before they are able to get more creatures out. And then this Freebooter can choose if it wants a Vanishing Light or a Scorching Dragon Fire. I mean, we can get either back when the time comes, so we're not going to worry about it too much. I'm going to just play this. And at least wait till we get into a situation where we can do this and maybe hopefully get at least a token off of it. Yeah, I was considering Sanctuary Lockdown might actually almost work in here. You know what? Let's just get rid of that. No attack. Don't want to get too crazy since we're stuck on land. I don't know what our future situation is going to be like. I mean, I'd like to get an untapped land here, though. So we can get Worthy Knight, Inspiring Veteran. That'd be real sweet. But the deck doesn't seem to give a damn about what we want. So... Alright. I mean, you didn't kill our Tactician, so... Maybe you don't have a way to kill it? Alright. Worthy Knight lives for one turn. I don't think it's going to live for much longer. Okay, the lockdown's fine. We'll take 4 here. Oh. What is this? Alright, I mean, I guess we'll block. I mean, I guess in their head, there's no loss to block attacking there. Alright, let's do this. Let's give this a token. We get a 4/5 if we want it. And we can attack. Actually, do we attack? We'll attack with this. Don't want to get too crazy. I mean, if they want to get through, they'll tap things to tap this so that can attack, but we'll block with the token. Trying to do a lot on just 3 lands. Alright, Dire Tactics makes total sense on that. Alright. There's that other land we were looking for. Well, I guess now if we want to get rid of this problematic creature, with your hand empty, we'll play this. And I think we're going to attack with these two, start putting the pressure on. And now if they want to draw extra cards, at least make it hurt for something. Freebooter. Well, you know we have a creature in hand, so that doesn't do anything. Though it does give them the opportunity to kill something, which does matter. That's weird. Why are we doing this? Oh, it changed for 3 or greater. Ah, totally forgot. Look at that. Okay, so we attack with both of these. If they double block, then we just get that back. So, yeah. I mean, you want to tap something, feel free. Do we just attack with all of it? I mean, we take... Yeah. Can't imagine why not. Just roll the rest of this out there. And draw a card. Go to 7. Okay. I mean, if they get another one of these, we would be dead next turn. So let's say we attack with everything. They'd be best off. Let's see, what's the worst they could do? They could block here and here. Actually, you block here and you block here. You need to take 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you're not going to do that. So one's going to block this. One blocks here. So you take 3, 6, 9, 10. Nope, so you block both of those. You take 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like trying to think of a scenario where we lose there, but... Oh boy, I mean, this is still playable and still fun, but I feel like it's going to be looking for like 1 or 2 more things in the next set, and I don't know what it's looking for. Maybe some equipment could work, and then we go back to playing the 3/3 that can search equipment. That's a thing that could work in this list. I think the Basri's Lieutenant was neat, you know, is the best I could say about it, but the casting cost was a little bit of a problem at times because it cost 4. And the mana wasn't great. You know, I will have to go back and look at putting temples in there. I may even swap out, to be honest, the lieutenants and whatnot for some feat of resistance, just to be able to protect your key creatures, because I think that's kind of the situation that came up more than once. Because usually if your Inspiring Veteran or Worthy Knight lives, you're often okay if you can protect those. So I think maybe that's what the game plan comes down to. But overall, like, the deck played well. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was like a 50-50 deck. So if you enjoy it, go for it. I think it's still missing some things for my money. I think I'm still on Mardu Knights. But, you know, if you like what this one's doing, have at it. But remember, if you haven't, please like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.